Welcome, Marvel fans, to Marvelicous Maddness, the podcast about all things Marvel. This week, I will be discussing Captain Marvel, and later on, James Gunn's return in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Spoilers ahead, obviously, since I am going to be talking about the newest Marvel movie in the franchise, Captain Marvel, and then I will also be talking about, if we have time, James Gunn. So yes, now that we have everyone gone, if they have not seen Captain Marvel, it is time to go and talk. So, in Captain Marvel, there was a lot of things happening. But many things that people are talking about is the fact that this movie is better than Thor Ragnarok, which I have some opinions on that. I do think it's up there. But better than Thor Ragnarok? Maybe not. Thor Ragnarok is an amazing movie. I love the movie. I see it whenever I'm bored and I have nothing to do. I go on Netflix and I watch Thor Ragnarok. It's just an amazing movie overall. Captain Marvel is a good movie. It is very a good movie. A lot of people don't like it for reasons that it's just weird and off. And they shouldn't not like it because of that. People don't like it because it's a female lead. Even though what's strange is that people have been asking for a solo Black Widow movie this whole time, and Black Widow's a female, and that would be a female lead, so I don't really understand that much. Brie Larson, who is the actor that plays, or actress that plays Captain Marvel, she fits super well for Captain Marvel. She fits amazingly, but I don't really care for Brie Larson as a person. In my opinion, it's just weird, because whenever she does an interview for Captain Marvel, when she's supposed to be promoting the movie, because that's what actors and actresses do before a big movie hits, especially an MCU movie like this. People are supposed to be promoting them, but she always tries to switch it and turn it into something political against feminism, or for feminism. I don't know. I wouldn't really call her a feminist, only because she acts more of like males shouldn't be equal to females. Females should be better than males, which shouldn't be the case at all. I don't think that males should be better than females. I don't think females should be better than males. I think we should all be equal. But I'm not talking about that. Apologies. I'm just talking about Marvelicous Maddness and, of course, Captain Marvel. So back to Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is an amazing movie. I love it to bits. It is, if you don't know, which I don't know why you don't know and you're still listening to this, but if you don't know, then it is about, of course, this person named Carol Danvers, or Veers, when we first meet her, and her adventure to kind of knowing who she is. Because at the start of the movie, it starts off with her in a plane crash, not really knowing what's happening, and not really seeing what's happening. It is strange, to say the least. Okay, I don't want to say too much about Captain Marvel in case you haven't seen the movie, or in case anyone hasn't seen the movie that has seen this. But I will probably be spoiling the post-credit scenes, because that's just... the post-credit scenes are really good. Captain Marvel, a lot of people thought that it was going to be more on making the Avengers Initiative, which, I mean, it was. The events that happened made it so Nick Fury wanted to make that, but it's not the real reason. And they made this origin story, it is an origin story, but they made this origin story different. They made it better, because they didn't just go on to someone who knows who they are and just gets into an accident and gets their powers. They got into... she lost her memory of ever being a human, and she has to regain that, trying to find the Kree, who... I'm not gonna say anything about that. I was going to stop myself. She's trying to find the Kree and just bring everything back to how she knows it, and she ends up finding something that she loves. She finds her family, and it's just really good trying to balance that over her being a superhero, and it's very good. Nick Fury, on the other hand, was hilarious, not being just a frowny faced a frowny faced guy the whole time. He was hilarious. He was laughing. He was playing with the cat. I'm not going to say the cat's name because well, I guess I will. Playing with Goose. It's kind of funny. The cat's name is Goose. He was hilarious, especially because they did show how Fury got his eye scratched off, which is hilarious. It is very funny. I've seen it twice in theaters, and both time was with two different people, and both times my friends had different reactions. The second time I kind of looked at my friend to see what his reaction was, just because, I mean, I've already seen the scene, and I just want to see what he said. Or not what he said because we were in the movie theater, but what his facial expression was. So, Captain Marvel, the post-credit scenes. The post-credit scenes were weird. Or, I guess the first one was, because the first one, it goes to probably a scene in Endgame where everyone is looking at the pager that Nick tries to signal Captain Marvel before he fades off to dust. And it's different because how do people not hear her walking in and then just waiting for someone to turn around before she says, "Where's Fury?" It's odd. And I really do hope that they do some banter between Thor and Captain Marvel, because both of them are one of the most overpowered people in the MCU, besides, of course, Thanos. And that would just be really cool. Just like the banter that they did do at the end with Rocket and Winter Soldier, or Bucky. So, and then the second one with Goose spitting up the Tesseract. That is a good thing. It does make it so I don't think Goose is going to be in Endgame, which I think is fine, only because Goose was already kind of old when Captain Marvel was coming out, and Endgame is set 20 years or so in the future. Yeah, around 20 years in the future. So it's something, and we don't know how much time passed since the snap for Endgame, so it could be all over the place. Okay, on to our next topic, James Gunn. I'm not going to be saying a lot about this, more than just the fact that I'm excited. He's back onto Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Disney finally made up their minds and brought him back. I mean, I know why they fired him, and they fired him for a good reason. I'm not going to say much about it, only because it's very racist comments and stuff, and I'm not going to say anything about it. If you want to look it up, you can, but I honestly just recommend not, and just take my word for it. So, James Gunn is back. Disney were trying to get different directors to direct the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but they want to use Gunn's script. And no director is going to use someone else's script that they spend hours upon hours making, days and weeks making, just to hand it off to someone else. Like, no, that's not happening. I mean, I know James would be fine with it, but no director wants to steal someone else's work. It's just, that's not cool. But yes, so James is back, and I'm super happy. But sadly, we have run out of time. But don't worry, because there will be another podcast next week. So join me next week to see new Endgame theories, and seeing what type of things that what some people are suggesting about it. And I think it'll be pretty cool. So yes, thank you for watching Marvelicous Maddness. I'm your host, Alex, and yeah, I will see you guys in a week. Bye.